Hello, Cancer. Ashley here. We're going to do your reading for March 2022. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and then the potential outcome for you. So it's just kind of a general overview of the theme that might be coming up most strongly for you in the month of March. So in the past we have, or excuse me, not past. In the strength, we have telepathy. It says transmission, perception, and communication. So there could be a lot of communicating. In the challenge, we have the giraffe. It says aspire to higher knowledge and wisdom. It's kind of interesting because you can see this circle she's got going on here around that pair of antlers, which represent a connection to spirit, right? And then we've got this big circle around the giraffe with his, I don't know what you call those, antlers. So it's almost like you're searching for some sort of meaning or understanding about something, and I actually feel like it's maybe not as complicated as it might seem. So we're going to see what comes through as far as that goes. Because it's like you have the higher, it's like you're tapped in, and yet there might be something about it you're just not quite understanding. And with this not for you card in the reverse as your potential outcome, there's something here that is just not for you that maybe you're chasing after or really determined to acquire. And that could be why you're having a struggle here. So let's see for Cancer what we're getting for the month. We have the Three of Cups, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups, the Moon. So there's that intuitive connection there. The Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with an air sign. King of Swords for me is Aquarius. We also have some Cancer strongly here, of course. You're showing up in your reading. We've got some Gemini, and then some Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo coming in here. But to me what it looks like is perhaps a reconciliation with a strong soulmate connection here. You know, really wanting to connect with this person. But I do feel like there's a roadblock here. We've got the Four of Pentacles as your center card. And so it could be like confusing to you why something's not quite getting off the ground. And I actually feel like it's because this person's guarded. And it may just not be for you. So we'll dive further into that. We've got the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. So look, we've got this, you know, stable energy here with the Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got the Knight of Wands. I just feel like perhaps there's, I'm actually really noticing her like red-orange dress and his red-orange saddle. So it's almost like you're really seeking perhaps something long-term, something committed, something stable, right? And then this person, it's like, it just doesn't feel like that's their biggest concern here. You can see they're like galloping up ahead, right? It's almost like too, you might have been in a position where you actually supported this person, right? And that your stability is what's allowing them and enabling them to be more of this kind of dream chasing, maybe hot and cold player kind of energy from this person. And I do feel like that clarity is going to show up for you this month. So it could be that you actually come to a discovery here about this person. We have the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, Ten of Wands, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So it does look like maybe at one point this person was a long-term commitment for you, but something came to an end. Could have been a lot of battles between the two of you, perhaps just some emotional disconnection, right? So, interesting so far there, Cancer. We're going to see what we get here when we clarify. So, strength, we have communication, perception, you know, kind of that. Now, this could be actual communication. This could also be, you know, sort of intuitive hits with the moon showing up here for sure. Three of Cups, the moon, and the Lovers. So, like, someone here, I feel like, desires a reconciliation, and then, but there's something not quite, you know, with the moon here, that's intuitive connection, but I'm also feeling like there's something not quite right here, or not quite revealed, or what have you. So let's see. Why the Three of Cups? Yeah. Reconciliation. Somebody here wants to come back together, someone from the past, or with someone from the past. And we have the Two of Swords. So I do feel like there's some indecision around this, and it could just be there's something that you're not seeing, right? However, I do feel like with the Two of Swords showing up here and the moon, and telepathy, there's a strong intuitive connection here. Could be that you connect with this person on an intuitive or psychic level, and because that connection's so strong, their behavior, right, doesn't make sense. This could also be that you're really seeking guidance, right? With the moon, look at that High Priestess. Some Pisces energy here, lots of water showing up. But that's that intuitive connection, and you're seeking clarity. Look at that. I also feel like with that, it's like you want a decision, or I'm even feeling that some of you might be kind of praying for some guidance here to really kind of try and understand what in the heck is going on. With the Lovers, we have the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So it could very well be that for some of you, the strength here is simply that you will move forward from this person. And perhaps it's because you seek guidance and you receive it. On an intuitive level, there's something not revealed here, and with the Queen of Swords showing up, it does feel like clarity is achieved. So if this has been something you've kind of been stewing in for some time leading up to March, I do feel like ultimately you'll step into complete independence here. And it's because you finally gain the clarity that you had been seeking about this person, this reconciliation, whether or not it was going to happen, right? Now your challenge, again, is interesting because the challenge is to gain that higher knowledge and wisdom. So I immediately got the word test in my head, so this could feel like a test. It could feel like with the strength and the challenge being so closely aligned, it could be simply a judgment call on your part, right? With the Chariot, we have the Four of Swords. Like, I don't feel like this is moving forward. I don't feel like I feel like it's stagnant or it's blocked, and that's causing frustration. It could even be causing some battles between the two of you. I also feel like there's this the challenge here, it feels like, is because your intuition is telling you to remove yourself from the drama of this situation, and it may just not be something you want to do, right? With the Four of Pentacles, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands again. So it's like there's this hope or waiting, maybe even, to see if it's like you're holding out for this person to finally make a stable offer, when in fact they're not stable. They're showing up clearly here as the Knight of Wands. That's a very restless, busy, inspired energy. It's not something that's going to come forward with an offer of stability, right? With the Wheel of Fortune. And I feel like I don't feel like that's has always been their state. Because like we saw at the bottom of the deck, we had the King of Pentacles there. So I do feel like perhaps the shift in this person going from being what seemed like a stable partner into being this kind of wild child kind of energy is been a difficult adjustment. With the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Two of Wands and the Magician. It feels to me like it simply comes down to, like, if we were to remove emotions, if we were to remove circumstance, which I know is not easy to do, but if with this Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like what this is kind of asking you to do is just simply decide. Decide to, I almost want to say with this Two of Wands, it's almost like trust in your ability to make this decision. With all this intuition, communication showing up here, it kind of feels like, well, you can manifest exactly what's happening now, which is this uncertainty. Is this person ever going to come forward? It's been blocked, right? And then there's the potential for what happens if you just move forward. And it does feel to me like that's what you end up deciding to do here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Even if it's to become single and open up to the potential that there are other soulmate energies that will, it's like there's more fish in the sea kind of feeling here. So it's like you can get this moving as soon as you walk away from this, is basically what it feels like. Now, and that shows up here. We have the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Swords. So it's like this clarity that you need to move forward to something new here, and walk away from something that's not satisfying, not stable for you. And we do have the Not For You in reverse. So this is kind of like that energy of like, okay, there's all the signs that it's not moving, and yet we keep holding on to it, or we're, banging our head up against a brick wall, hoping that this other person will adjust to our desires, right? Let's clarify this. Now, we do have the King and Queen of Swords here. There's no doubt whatsoever that this is a strong soulmate partnership here. And sometimes that can be that pause button, right? It's that thing that we don't want to remove from our energy because there's such a strong connection. I mean, even psychically. And you might even psychically feel that connection with this person, and then they behave like this, and you're like, that makes no sense, right? So it does feel to me like this person's kind of like in this runner energy. It's like they're running away from stability. And it may even be stability in general, not just connection and a commitment with you. It could just very well be they're kind of experiencing their own journey at this time, and maybe even a little bit of self-sabotage there. With the Eight of Cups, we have the Emperor. So I do feel like you will go in search of stability elsewhere. Yeah. And the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like walking away is what's going to happen here. I do feel like you're going to remove yourself in search of the stability this person isn't providing. With the Ace of Wands, we have the Seven of Pentacles. It's like this understanding that there's new beginnings out there. Ones that you have been waiting for, in fact. It's just not with this particular person. And I actually feel like they might be a fire or air sign here. Let's get some on this King of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. And the Eight of Pentacles. How interesting. It's almost as soon as you remove yourself, this person might suddenly have the idea that they want to work on this with you. Not shocking from an energetic standpoint. That tends to be how that works, right? Like right now, it feels like you're pushing towards them and they're pulling away, and then it'll flip. And I feel like that ties into that, how I was talking about that, the similar colors here. You know, red, orange, that's the root chakra, right? So that is base stability. And it's like you already have that, and that's what you want to be matched with. This person is comfortable being this way because you're serving as that saddle. And I wish there was a better way for me to explain that, but it's kind of like you give them this jumping off point. So I hope that resonates for someone out there, because that's kind of what this feels like. It's just an energetic back and forth sort of polarity thing going on here. If you remove yourself, they don't even have a saddle to play off of. Like they're gonna, if that makes sense, I hope it does. But that's kind of what I'm picking up on. It's like, because you're there and because you're a solid energy in their life, you know, they feel free to run out, have fun, and come back, knowing that you'll be there, right? Which is why we get that kind of in-out, hot-cold energy from the Knight of Wands. But if you remove yourself, where are they going to come back to? Right? So it does feel like this person has some maturing that they need to do. And that, because I'm also having, as soon as I say that, I kind of feel like it's kind of like if you were to take, I don't know if you have kids, but if you take them to the park or something, as long as they know where you're sitting and that they can run over and get a drink of water or check in or whatever, they run off and play and they feel completely secure, right? But if you were to suddenly get up from that park bench and move, and they're looking for you, you know, fear sets in, right? And that's kind of what that feels like. It's like they just know you're there. So I hope that was helpful, Cancer. It does look like you're going to kind of remove yourself from this situation and just kind of boss up here, really. We had the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor energy. So it's like you just want solid. And I do feel like you're going to step into this energy of just having control over this. kind of building your own stability. I mean, he's sitting here on a throne made out of concrete, right? As is the Queen of Pentacles. So it could also be that you're moving towards some improvements as far as finances or abundance, with that showing up there as well. So I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a great March, and check back here for the weeklies. Bye.